Hey guys, it's Will. It's Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. A quick pickup video because look what Daddy has. Fuck yes! The Project A collection from 88 films. So if you saw my Jackie Chan, this is Project A and Project A 2 on 4K and Blu-ray. It's a dual format release. It has individual cases for the films, the poster, the book. I'm gonna go over the whole fucking shebang, right? But like, it's in the hard shell box, like beautiful and incredible and amazable and perfectable and delectable. Daddy gonna eat the box because he's a bad daddy and he likes to eat box. When I did my top 15 Jackie Chan movies, Project A was number 1, if you saw that list. Number 3, I had Project A 2. I came really, really fucking close to putting Project A 2 at number 2. So these are really kind of like, along with Wheels on Meals, which is like a longtime favorite film of mine, which I've seen over and over again. These are really like my favorite Jackie Chan movies, which makes them among my favorite movies ever made and the most satisfying, entertaining, just like pure joy films I have ever seen. I did extensive reviews of both of these for Patreon when I rewatched the movies when I ended up getting my hands on the Eureka Blu-ray release from the UK of the Project A and Project A 2. I think that was about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. I rewatched those and it was just so much joy. It was just pure happiness and joy. And I did really extensive reviews of those. But what was interesting about rewatching Project A to me, and I actually texted Frank Jeng and FJ DeSanto about this while I was watching Project A, was, is this the first movie, it came out in 1983, that is like an epic film in the Chinese language and Chinese culture that has lots of amazing, innovative martial arts in it, but that is set in Hong Kong, that is recognizably an epic film about the history of Hong Kong specifically, not the Chinese-speaking world more broadly, but a recognizable modern place that takes that style of film and modernizes it and combines it with the modern action film to make this new hybrid, which I think Jackie really perfected in Police Story, which I think is like kind of, in my mind, ground zero for these movies that we get thousands of now, where you have like a modern set gun action film with amazing ornate martial arts choreography, camera work, whatever, right? I think Police Story is really like the movie, and everything else came out of that. But this came out before that movie, and I think this was the first step towards that, Project A, in terms of pulling everything out of the past, making it more modern, and setting it deliberately, specifically in Hong Kong. I couldn't think of another movie that came out before this that did that, and FJ and Frank couldn't either. So maybe all three of us are wrong. Maybe you can correct me in the comments, but I just think this is such an important and seminal film, the first Project A, and I also think it's just one of the best pure entertainment movies ever made. It would be my favorite martial arts movie and top 5, maybe even my single favorite, if you call it an action movies ever made. It's also one of my favorite comedies because I just think it's so freaking funny. It's just like classic vintage, hilarious, ridiculous Jackie Chan with the pirates and with like Sammo, and it's impossible for me to truly accurately explain how much I love this movie other than to say that it brings me this just like absolutely pure childlike joy. So here are the 2 discs that you get with the classic artwork and the new artwork. And I mean, the amount of stuff that's on here, you get the Cantonese and the Mandarin options in Dolby Atmos. That's for the 4K. There's the English mono dub with Mandarin inserts during the extended scenes in the Taiwanese cut. All right, so I should also say there's the extended Taiwanese cut, which is 115 minutes, and there's the 106-minute Hong Kong version. New audio commentary by Frank Jeng and FJ DeSanto. New solo commentary from Frank Jeng, which is on the Hong Kong. Those are both on the Hong Kong cut. New interview with Jackie's best stunt double, Mars. Dancing with Danger interview with stunt god Mars. Master Killer interview with Grandmaster Li Hoi San. The Elusive Dragon interview with Yoon Biu. The Pirate's Den interview with Dick White, which is, come on, he's amazing in this movie. I love him. He's such a good villain. Can't Stop the Music interview with composer Michael Lai. Brand new Project Collector with Paul Dre, who's like a huge Jackie Chan collector and diehard fan. Plan B, writer Eric Tang on Project A. Outtakes, Japanese version of the ending. The Making of Project A. Lunar New Year introduction. Mandarin with English subtitles. Hong Kong trailer. And then Kung Fu Bob artwork. And then you get postcards here, which are the one in the back here has some Japanese on it. There's Dick Y as the Pirate King. I should just put these right in the middle, right? And that artwork there. And then this is my favorite poster for this movie, I have to say. I absolutely love this poster, and it's one of my favorite movie posters ever, and definitely my favorite by Jackie Chan movie poster. There's the clock tower stunt. The amount of amazing. First of all, this has what is probably my favorite fight scene ever, which is the tavern brawl that happens in the beginning of the movie, which I really think is probably my favorite fight scene ever. And then it's got the clock tower fall, which is incredibly famous. I honestly, even more than the clock tower fall, I like the bicycle sequence where Jackie's getting chased on a bicycle, and it's like very influenced by old Hollywood comedy, but it's also like these amazing stunts of like whipping the bike around and like, I mean, that's just such a good sequence. And then you have that scene where he and Sammo are fighting those guys together, and then the whole conclusion of the movie when they're on the island, and which I think is kind of an homage to Enter the Dragon, like the way he takes the boat to the island and there's a secret society and they're like under that whole thing. It's like this kind of cheeky homage to Enter the Dragon. It's just a perfect movie. I can't say anything more about it other than to say that. So Project A2, I genuinely believe that this is Jackie Chan's best movie. And when I say that, what I mean is it's his best movie as a director. I think it's his best movie as a kind of like a visionary, if you will, as like the primary visionary behind the film, as like writer, director, actor, or stunt career, whatever he's doing on this film. It's just so good. It's so well made. There's so many parts of this movie that are fucking incredible, right? Like the shots of it, the epic scale of it, even like the stuff like the lighting, the sets, the costumes, the performances. And I said in my review that I did for Patreon of Project A2, it's my favorite police story movie. What I think is so interesting about this movie is it really is like a police story movie. Like, I think that this movie is the best direct sequel to the first Police Story. And I know that sounds weird, but like in terms of preserving the kind of feel of Police Story, but I think is a more well-directed film. And I like the story more. I think obviously Police Story has the mall fight, which is like the greatest thing ever. And this, I think that the ending fight is not as satisfying as in that film, but I think this is a better movie. And easily arguably Jackie Chan's best film. And it's just, again, it's a perfect movie, and there's nothing I can say about it that would be negative, or it's just so fucking good. And all you can do is pull your socks up, right? I mean, it's just like, okay, so here. Project A2. Like, it's so well conceived. It's so well executed. The second half of the movie, which I noticed the most recent time I watched it, which I never really thought about before, the second half of the movie is basically like one absolutely freaking massive continuous sequence where all of the characters and all of the strands of plot that have been set up in the first half of the movie kind of come together. What everything is kind of building towards this, and then it's almost like the last hour or whatever, 40 minutes of this movie, it's just like a rocket that just takes off and doesn't stop. But like the whole intrigue with the characters who have like that whole kind of underground conspiracy thing, they're like taking on like the colonial government, and like it's just so good. And then like the axe gang, dude, when the pirates come back and like they're chasing them with the axes, and they're in the restaurant. That's one of my like favorite fight scenes ever. It's so good. It's so funny. It's so well orchestrated. Like, there's just so much amazing stuff in this movie that it's I don't even know what to say about it. You know what I mean? It's just like nonstop amazingness. And both of these movies are like, if I had to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say that they're both like probably about a 15 or a 16 to me. Maybe a 20 out of 10. And they are really, like, both of these movies are among my favorite movies ever made, and now they're here in this amazing edition. And I almost didn't get this because it's very expensive, and I don't have a 4K player, and I already own these movies on Blu-ray. But I was like, you know what? I'm being stupid. Why would I not buy this? Because, like I said, they really are among my like, the first Project A gives me that pure joy that I get from like Winners and Sinners, Wheels on Meals, like those just classic Jackie Sammo comedies that just make you so happy in this like childlike kind of primal way. And then the second one activates my, I went to film school I've been studying movies for what year is it? 2024. I went to film school in 2012. I've been studying movies for 12 years and like dedicated my life to trying to, understand them and write them and, be in the industry and whatever. And it just activates that part of my brain where I'm like, this movie is just so freaking well made that it's preposterous, right? The scene where he climbs up the flagpole, like, come on, dude. It's just like nonstop amazing. I promise you, I'm not going to get lost in the booklet because if I started looking too, come on, this scene, I'm already getting lost in the booklet. This scene is so good. Okay, let's just, oh, look at this. There he is, directing. Daddy Chan, Daddy Chan, won't you find me and spank me, Daddy Chan, Daddy Chan. So there's Pirate Daddy. Hell yeah. His name is Dick. Daddy Dick, the Pirate Daddy. Daddy Dick. Daddy Dick. Okay, we gotta stop. We gotta stop. It's not appropriate for the kids anymore. We're talking about Daddy Dick. And it's like, well, that, in a lot of cases, that is where the kids come from. So, a page from Jackie Chan's appointment book? Are you fucking kidding me? Look at this. It's like his calendar. I'm definitely going to be spending way too much time looking at this and imagining what Jackie was doing. Back to office, meeting with Willie. Fan mail. Are you kidding me? From when? This is July of 1982. Wow, that's before I was born. Man. This is just like, this whole booklet is just like treasures from back to front. Obviously, I am a diehard Jackie Chan fan. Ultimately, the whole reason that this channel exists is Jackie Chan. And I love a million other things about Hong Kong cinema. As we all know, I'm a huge fan of John Woo. Wong Kar-wai is one of my all-time favorite filmmakers. I love the heroic bloodshed stuff. I love Ringo Lam. I've got this right freaking here. The Adventurers, I just reviewed this. This movie is fucking incredible. Blew my mind. Andy Lau and Ringo Lam. Review should be in Patreon now. It'll be up on the channel at some point. A huge shout out to PerryFan49 for sending that my way because that was a gift. That's a Cameron Ronson Blu-ray. But it really does all come back to Jackie Chan to me in that sense of just like primal happiness and joy that I get from watching these films. I will be watching these again very soon. I don't know if I'm going to do videos on them because I've already done like multiple videos on the Project A films. Let me know in the comments if you think I should do a video once I rewatch the movies. But I rewatched Police Story and Super Cop recently, and I did videos on those. And the Super Cop video is in Patreon already, and the Police Story video is in the editing queue, so it'll be on Patreon eventually, and then those will make their way over to the channel. And I was thinking of doing a Project A2, or excuse me, a Police Story 2 video, because I'm going to rewatch that at some point soon as well. But so let me know what you think. My name is Will. It's Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. Thank you for watching. It is the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious Project A set from 88 films. We'll see you next time.